Hey guys, I wanted to go over how to interpret the points on the graph because every point on this graph actually means something and it gives you data about a situation. So these two examples are supposed to help you more understand the graphs and not just plugging and chugging numbers into StatEdit like a robot, not knowing what's even going on in the situation. So for number one, if Adrienne does 21 haircuts, what is her profit? A lot of times people are just going to come to this 21 and just make some sort of guess on what the profit is. What I really want you to see is that you want to find the line. The line is what shows the data. When that line is matched up with 21, what is the X or the Y value that goes with that 21 haircuts? The data that goes with that is $150. So I found that by looking at that point that lines up with 21 and it lines up with $150, okay? That point, let me type this out here. That point of 21, 150, it's more than just two numbers together, okay? It actually tells us what is happening in that situation. When Adrienne does 21 haircuts, she will earn $150 as profit. To find the slope of the line, you're going to find 2 points, and you could put those in StatEdit. You could use rise over run, okay? We don't really have a specific Y value and X value that we're using, and it's not proportional, so we can't do Y over X anyway. So I'm just going to find another random point. Anything along this line, remember, is giving us data about our situation. So this point right here is telling us that when Adrienne completes 36 haircuts, she is actually earning, this would be 400 right here, she is making $400 profit. If I went to StatEdit and put these points in, so I'm going to go to Stat, Edit, and there's a couple ways you can clear your stuff out here. You could press clear on L1, enter, and it would clear this column out. You don't want to delete the column because then it goes away totally. Or you can actually just type over these numbers. So let me show you what I mean. So my first point is 21, 150, and see I'm just typing in right here, and I'm going to hit enter, and see it just types over that old number. My next point is 36 over to 400. Then I'm going to go to Stat, Calc, 4, enter, and my slope is 16, and if I was rounding it for money, it would be 67 cents. So let me go ahead and fill in some of these answers here. Talking through it, but I'm not filling in my answers. So I have $150 at 21 haircuts. Another thing I know is that my slope is 1667. So my question for you, they're trying to find what does the slope represent in the context of the problem. Remember that slope is our unit rate. So if we're thinking of units of measure, I wouldn't be thinking in $1. I'm thinking in one haircut. Okay, one haircut would be my unit that I would want to work off of. So what this number is actually telling us is that she earns $16.67 per haircut for every haircut she does. She's earning that amount of money. Now, I know a lot of times we don't talk about our Y-intercept, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it today. So where your line crosses Y, that's your Y-intercept. We really have the same thing for X. We just don't look at it very often. Where does our line cross X? It crosses at 12, 0. And that's actually going to be our answer as well on number 4, 12, 0. What do the values of this x-intercept mean in the context of the problem? So if we think about this isn't just 12, 0. These aren't just two random numbers, okay? 12 means haircuts. And 0 is the amount of money, amount of profit. How much is she making after 12 haircuts? She has not made any money after 12 haircuts. So I want us to think about why she might not have made any money after 12 haircuts. I want you to think about anybody you might know that owns a small business or cuts hair. Do we cut hair like just with our fingers? Like we don't really have to buy anything to cut hair? If you think about it, a hair salon has to buy a lot of things before they can conduct business, right? They have to buy those scissors. They have to buy clippers. They have to buy the chair that you sit in. They also have to pay for electricity, for the lights. You can't walk into a salon that's dark or has no running water and get your hair cut. They have to have all these certain things before they can even open the door for their first haircut. So our x-intercept here, 12-0, means that she's not earning any profit or any money until she does 12 haircuts. Those 12 haircuts are paying for her, whether it's this monthly fee it talks about to rent, it might be electricity, it might be the water, it might be supplies, it might be a starting fee. So you're paying for all of those things before you're actually making profit. So I'm going to say here that the x-intercept 12 and 0, what it represents is that she starts making money or making profit, I'll say. She starts making profit after her 12th haircut. Because at 12, she still has made 0, right? She starts making profit after that. Now, the y-intercept is what we usually talk about in math. The y-intercept right here is at 0, negative 200. And that's going to also be our answer for number 6, 0, negative 200. What that's telling me is that at 0 haircuts, her value right now is negative 200. So it kind of goes back to what we were just talking about. Before she cuts anyone's hair, her profit is below 0. She has paid money out. She has paid out $200. That could be for that monthly fee that starts out every month. That could be for her supplies. Usually our y-intercept, as you've probably heard this before, our y-intercept is usually our starting point. So it could be her monthly starting point for supplies, rent, electricity, etc. Any of those things could be a possible cost to her before she's going to start earning money. When we go to our next situation, and notice how in the first situation, our slope is positive. That means the more haircuts that happen, the more profit that she's going to earn each month. In our second situation, our slope is negative. So, and if we look here, it's talking about a draining bathtub. So I want you to use what we learned on the first slide to try to complete this second slide. Okay, and as always, if you have any questions, inbox me, email me. Bye, guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Remember to save and submit your work. This is for week 6, day 4. So make sure you submit it there. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.